Yo, my friend, welcome to Coach Paul's Life Tip Podcast. This is a place where you are going to be set free through every single day, challenges, struggles, possibilities, all of those things in your life. These life tips are going to help you navigate to your process. Hit that subscribe button here on iTunes and drop me a review down below if you like my content. You could also follow me on Spotify, iHeart, and YouTube. Now, here's the kicker. If you want to watch me live, you can pick me up live every single day on Facebook at facebook.com/Coach Paul Ibarra. I come on 7:30 a.m. every single morning, Central Standard Time, to bring you these tips. So once again, that's facebook.com/Coach Paul Ibarra. So if you are all about community and helping build a community, then that's the place to be. With that being said, sit back and enjoy the ride. Yo, welcome back to tip number 7 with Coach Paul Ibarra. And tip number 7 is this: the greatest amount of God that you could ever have is the least amount of you. Listen, this topic right here, I think I'm just going to go a cappella. I've got my notes, but this topic right here really hits close to home because I've gone through those seasons. I had a really tough season a few years ago of where I lost a whole lot in my life. I lost my business. I lost my self-respect. I felt like I was letting people down. I felt like I was letting my wife down, my son down, my household, my family, and people around me, my ministry. Everything just crumbled. It was like all at once, everything fell. And I kept trying to push in a way to where I tried to make everything look like it was okay. I was carrying around this facade. I was building walls. I was acting like everything was still the same. But what I realized in that season is that I was doing everything out of my own strength. And this is where it was very imperative to me when God began to speak to me. He said, the greatest amount of me that you'll ever have is the least amount of you. It doesn't matter how much you preach. It doesn't matter how much scripture you read. It doesn't matter any of that. If you, Paul Ibarra, are constantly trying to do everything out of your own strength without relying on me, what do you need me for? So why are you even preaching the gospel? Why are you even doing these things if you're really, truly not trusting in me? And that hit me like a ton of bricks. And so another thought that came back to my mind in that season, this was right about 2015 and 2016, is a statement that I had learned years ago, probably 12 or 13 years ago. If you are what you have and you lose it, then who are you? I was in that season, my friend. I was in that place just trying to make things happen, trying to make things work. But I quickly realized that I needed more of God and less of me. So I know you can relate. I know you've been in those positions. You may be in that position right now. You may be in that place where your decisions have caused you to go down a spiral of events that you truly didn't even want to go down because of the decisions that you've made. Or you might even be looking at your life maybe this last season and saying, you know what? I tried that and I think I totally missed the mark. 9 times out of 10, my friend, is because you're not relying on God. You know, this dropped in my spirit earlier today. Selfish decisions breed selfish outcomes. Now, it's not so much that you are a selfish person, but when we work out of self, when we work out of ourselves and we're not relying on God, we can only have outcomes that we produce. It was told to me years ago that whatever we manufacture, we have to maintain. But whatever God provides, he maintains. And so I've learned that aspect in my life to really, truly trust. All right, God, here's what your word says. And here's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to follow in that lane with you. And when you begin to start doing that, my friend, that's when everything changes. So when you try to push yourself into places where you don't fit, it's usually the places that you don't belong. So it's almost like that square peg in a round hole. And so in order to really, really, truly see the hand of God work in your life is lessening the amounts of you. Listen, this is a tough thing. It's a tough pill to swallow sometimes because we want to activate our own destiny. We want to go after those things and grind, and that is all okay. But if we are trying to do it out of our own strength, there is so much frustration that comes in with that we get exhausted. So let me just give you one more analogy to kind of help you through this process. If you're a plumber and you do nothing but plumbing all day, and you've never baked anything, and you try to bake a cake on your own with no recipe, it ain't gonna work. But if you follow the recipe to a T from the master, let's say Betty Crocker or Pinterest or, Facebook, whatever you find your recipes at, now you have no question that all things will work together. This is the same with relying on God. It's not about the church building. It's not about the fellowship. It's about you and God's relationship. It's about you handing everything over to God, saying, all right, Lord, I tried it my way and this ain't working. So I'm going to trust you in this season. If that's you, my friend, listen, there's an easy way out of that frustration. Give it to him. Just give it to him. Say a quick prayer. Say, you know what, Lord, I can't do this by myself. I need your strength. It's that easy. It's that simple. So listen, I'll be back tomorrow with tip number 8. But I want you to understand that the most amount of God that you will ever have is the least amount of you. God bless.